Yes?
Good morning.
Mother.
I didn't see you at breakfast.
Oh, I left the house early. And what are you doing here at this hour?
Well, I have an appointment with your future father-in-law.
Appointment with him? What about?
What about? About your wedding next Friday. What else?
Did he arrange it, or did you?
No, we had special protocol people arrange it. What do you think this is, a summit in Geneva?
I'm sorry. I'm just a little out of it today. You want some coffee?
No, thank you. It's probably because you didn't get much sleep last night. Where were you?
Why do you ask me that?
Why are you being so strange and defensive? Your brother was looking for you, that's why I asked.
Yeah, well, he found me.
Well, I hope that you're in a better mood by the time Bill Spencer gets here.
He say he wanted me at that meeting?
I don't know, but if he does.
Mother, I'm gonna be all tied up. I can't make it.
Is there something that I should be aware of?
No, of course not.
Hello?
Caroline?
Yes?
It's Kristen Forrester.
Kristen, where are you?
I'm at the airport. LAX? Yes, I just got in.
Oh, great. I'm so anxious to meet you.
Why don't I drop my things off at home and then meet you somewhere?
Well, how about over here at my place?
Wonderful. See you then.
Okay. I'll be looking for you. Bye, Kristen. That's her. She's here and she's coming over. I wonder what she's like.
Well, it sounds like you've known her for years.
You know, I feel that way.
Well, I won't be around to bother you.
Why? Where are you going?
I am going to meet with your future mother-in-law.
What about?
Just keep tonight open, darling. It's a surprise. I'll talk to you later.
Hello?
Mr. Spencer, please.
Oh, you just missed him. Can I take a message?
Well, I left one last night. Did he get it?
Oh, you're Mr. Weston. Well, this is his daughter. I gave him your message.
Well, is there a number that I can reach him at that you can give me? This is really very important.
I'm sorry, I can't give you that number.
Well, could you call him for me then? And tell him that I really need to talk to him. You have my number, right?
Yes?
Listen, please, don't forget to make this call. I wouldn't ask you to do this if it wasn't really very important.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Bold and the Beautiful. This portion sponsored by Promise Spread. Get Heart Smart.
Good show.
I wasn't performing for your entertainment.
But you were performing.
Save your word games for law school, counselor.
I could watch that all day. So could Dave, I'll bet.
Dave.
Have you made any decisions about that?
He really wants me to marry him, Storm.
I know he does. But how do you feel about it?
He's a wonderful guy. He's strong, supportive, attractive, and he's secure. That's one thing I really love about him. He isn't trying to squeeze an answer out of me. He's letting me take my time.
Dave's a good man. But is he the right man for you?
What do you mean?
Be honest with yourself. You know what your needs are, what you want out of life, out of a marriage. Does Dave fill that equation?
You don't think so?
I don't know. But I keep seeing stuff like this laying around. And I wonder if you'd be happy with the man on a cop's salary.
Dave makes good money.
But not like this.
This isn't a wedding. This is a fairy tale. Every girl's dream.
Your dream, Brooke. Always has been. Always will be. You must have been a princess in another life.
What's the point, big brother?
I don't know. Maybe you should marry a guy like this.
He's already taken. Oh.
I'll catch you later.
Get out of here.
What the hell are you doing here?
Is that any way to greet a lady?
Close that door and come in here. We have to talk. Look, you can't come over here like this.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? It's obvious.
Oh, if you're talking about what happened last night.
What happened last night was a mistake.
I didn't think so.
I do.
Ridge, you don't have to be so cold.
It's different now, Alex. I'm getting married.
Somehow you say that with more conviction than you did last night.
It's because I feel more conviction today.
It was that bad?
I don't want to lose her, Alex. I do not want to lose Caroline, though I may have already done that.
Because of that silly photographer.
That silly photographer could ruin me. He has a picture of you and me in bed.
And you think Caroline's father hired him?
There's no doubt about it.
Has he gotten a hold of you yet?
No. But he and Mother are having a meeting right now.
Do you honestly think they'd be discussing the wedding if he had those pictures of us? Sweetheart, that was all a big mistake.
Gotta wish I could believe that.
Believe it. Your secret is safe. Ridge.
What's the matter?
I can't believe this. You're honestly falling in love with that girl.
You got it.
Then I guess there's nothing else for me to say except good luck.
Thanks.
What do you think?
Well, what can I say? You have everything under control.
Oh, I hope you don't feel left out of the preparations.
I just want the loveliest wedding that my daughter could have. And you certainly have provided for that.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
There is just one thing I'd like to suggest.
Of course.
A party tonight for our families.
That's wonderful.
Then it is at our home tonight at 8.
Well, I think that's a lovely idea.
And there's one other important thing I'd like to do while I'm here. Is Ridge around?
I believe he's in his office.
Would you mind if I talk to him? I won't keep him long.
No, of course not. I'll have him come in.
Yes.
Ridge. Yes, Bill Spencer is here, and he'd like to see you.
Mother, I told you.
Yes, right now. Thank you.
Hello, Ridge.
Mr. Spencer? I thought Mother was going to join us.
I asked if we could have just a few minutes alone. Is that all right?
Sure. It's fine.
You probably suspect why I wanted to see you.
Yes, I do.
You know, Ridge, you and I are like water and oil. We don't mix. Put us together and we'll stay separate and alienated as much as humanly possible. I never liked you, and you never liked me. And now, you're going to marry my daughter. And that makes it impossible for you and me to stay out of each other's lives, doesn't it? So how do we handle that?
You sound like you've already answered that question.
I have. You know, I have been watching you closely for the last couple of days. And not the way it sounds. I haven't been watching you personally, but physically. But rather through the eyes of my daughter. We've had a very long, honest conversation about you. And I know that you must be aware of the depth of feeling that she has for you.
It's no more than mine for her, Mr. Spencer. I promise you that.
Well, several days ago, I would have looked you in the eye and said that you're a liar. But Caroline's convinced me otherwise.
What has she convinced you of?
That you truly do love her. And that you treat her like a woman to be cherished and not like some little trinket that you play with and then cast aside. You're trustworthy, Ridge. I never would have thought that of you. But I do now.
What did she say?
That you never forced yourself on her. That you truly respected her. That's very important to me. For many reasons, I saw you as a man who had no sense of commitment, no willpower. A man whose needs and hunger are controlling his life. That he lives his life to satisfy those hungers. I can see that that's not the way you are. Because if it was, I wouldn't accept this marriage. I would fight it. And I mean literally. If I had a sense there was a chance that you could hurt my daughter or betray her in any way, I would fight this marriage to the fiber of my being. And believe me, Ridge, I'd win.
Well, thank God it didn't have to come to that.
Yes. Yes, thank God.
And thank you, Mr. Spencer, for accepting me. Your daughter has come to mean more to me than I have words to tell you.
Welcome to the family, Ridge.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, that's quite all right. Ridge and I have just finished.
Bill, you have a phone call. Line 54.
Thank you. Hello?
Sorry to interrupt, Dad. You were talking with Rich?
And you called to find out how it was going.
Well, no. But now that you bring it up,
It was very good, honey. I never thought I'd find myself saying this, but Ridge Forrester appears to be a very fine young man.
Oh, Daddy.
Now, before we get too far into this, tell me why you were calling.
Oh, yeah. That Mr. Weston called again. He really wants to talk to you.
Did he say anything to you?
No, but he seems very anxious to get a hold of you.
Some men never take no for an answer. Sweetheart, thank you. Is there anything else?
No. Well, just a thank you from a very, very happy daughter.
You're welcome. Now, let's get on with the wedding, shall we?
Yeah. Goodbye, Dad.
Caroline?
Kristen.
Hi.
Hi. It's so good to meet you. Come in.
Weston Investigations.
Yes, Mr. Weston, this is Bill Spencer calling.
I've got something that I think you might want to see.
I don't think so, but thank you. I won't need your services any longer.
I think you might change your mind when you see this.
Mr. Weston, I'm not going to extend your contract. So please do not try to give me a sales job.
You paid for this, mister. Now, you want it or don't you? I think you're crazy if you don't take a look at it.
No, actually, we went to your house and told your parents first. They were shocked, especially your mother. She looked at Ridge like he was from some other planet.
That's Mother, all right?
Oh, well, your dad was surprised, too. That's when I realized that this guy I'm marrying is not exactly considered to be husband material.
Yes, that's putting it mildly. Ridge was voted in high school least likely to marry before age 40.
That sounds so strange to me. It's not as though I pressured him.
How did you handle him?
I fell in love with the guy. I did what I would have done for anyone I loved.
You must do it pretty well, too. I'm sure you know my brother's been pretty popular with the ladies.
So I hear.
Yeah.
Kristen, I hope that I don't disappoint him.
How do you mean?
Well, you know, on the wedding night.
Wait a minute. You're not telling me you and Ridge have never been to bed together. I'm sorry. I never should have asked you that. It's really not like me.
It's all right, Kristen. No, we haven't been intimate. And I'm not ashamed or afraid to admit it.
I'm beginning to see why he's fallen for you.
Good, you can tell me.
You aren't like many other women he's known. You aren't like many other women I've known.
Well, Ridge certainly isn't like any men I've ever known.
Now I can imagine he isn't.
Are you too close?
I love him. But I'm not really close to anyone in the family anymore. I haven't been home much in the last few years.
Why not?
You're the first person I've ever admitted this to. Don't ask me why I'm telling you. Except you seem to be really safe and honest. My mother and I, we detest each other.
I'm sorry.
Don't ask me to talk about it, okay?
No, I won't.
So tell me about your dad. What does he think of Ridge?
Well, I thought you might wise up.
My accountant keeps impeccable books. You're an expense. I'd like a receipt.
You came for a receipt and not a report.
You have no report, my friend.
You hired me to do a job for you. Check on this Ridge Forrester. Well, I did it. You want the results or not?
All right. What do you have?
It's right here in this envelope, Mr. Spencer. Feast your eyes on that.
Join us tomorrow for The Bold and the Beautiful.